Broadcasting live from Haven Conference 2022 in Atlanta, it's time for Organization Conversation, brought to you by Wall Control Storage Systems. Wall Control gives you the storage and organization you crave.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Organization Conversation. I'm Richard, and I am here with my friend Charlie from Build and Create Home. How are you doing?
Hey, doing good.
It's good to see you. Like, you literally just walked in and got to say hey. So yeah, how's the travels been?
Honestly, not great. It was a rough go getting here. I came from New York, and I was at a little tiny airport, and my flight got bumped a couple times yesterday. So I got in really late, and I'm just barely waking up and getting ready for the day.
Yeah, well, this will be good. This will wake you up and get you.
I missed all the fun parties last night.
I know. Well, you're probably better off for it. So it's been.
That's true. I probably got more sleep than everyone else, even though I got in late.
It's been slow going today for a lot of people.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, breakfast was it was a quiet affair.
Yeah.
for the crowd.
People are looking sluggish.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's only day one, so
I know,
wait till Sunday.
Oh, I know.
People are going to look terrible
for
on
sure.
Sunday.
Well, you'll have all the energy tonight, so you can set the pace kind of thing.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Well, cool. So what are your plans for Haven? Sounds like you're teaching a class. What's that about?
Yeah, so I'm doing one of the expert help desks. I will be doing TikTok audits for people's TikTok accounts.
Oh, that's
so if
awesome.
They're interested in getting a little bit more feedback on their actual accounts, I'll be at a table there, and they can come over and say hi, let me look through their accounts, and I'll kind of give them some feedback on things they could improve on or things they're doing well and they should keep doing.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember, I think it was our first Haven that we met and we're hanging out. Was that your first Haven, or had you been coming years past?
I've been coming for a long time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How many years has it been going on? I should probably know that.
I think over 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. Wow. That is, yeah, because Workbench Con came after Haven, right? I think
Correct.
That was, okay,
Yep.
That's how that worked. Cool. Well, kind of going back to your history, how did you get your start in this space? Not necessarily Haven specifically, but in the maker DIY kind of space.
So we bought our first home in 2010 in Hawaii, and it was a foreclosure and a complete gut job. And I didn't have any experience with power tools or anything. I was a pretty girly girl up to that point. But my husband had a really busy job. He had some skills, so he would just teach me how to use a tool and then say, go for it. I've got to go to work. And I just kind of do what I had to do to get the job done.
Yeah.
And I actually fell in love with it. I loved tools. I especially loved woodworking and carpentry.
Yeah.
And so I just have been doing it ever since. I started a blog called Attempting Aloha, and kind of fell in with a lot of the blogger world. But when we moved to Italy, I stopped for a few years, and then we went back to Hawaii, and that's when I started Build and Create Home and really got into social media.
How did that evolution happen? Like, I mean, you start with building and loving to do that, and then you just start seeing people taking an interest in what you're doing. Like, and you've done a fantastic job with it too, like showing all that. What did that process look like? And when were you like, whoa, this is like something people want to see?
Yeah. Well, because I'd done blogging, I had some friends that were still in that world, and they'd kind of made the transition to social media from blogging, and I'd been watching them and supporting them along the way. So when I started, I was doing furniture builds for clients, and I just started sharing those builds online, and then it eventually turned into DIY projects as I was doing more home renovation stuff, and that just really took off. People really enjoyed seeing it. I started doing short-term video content, even before TikTok. This was just on Instagram before Instagram had audio that you could use, no music. So my videos were completely boring. There's nothing. They're just me building in silence.
Yeah.
but people loved it still. Yeah. It did really, really well. And then TikTok came around, and I was like, this is perfect. Oh, yeah. This is what I need. I need to put these awesome sounds to my videos that I already have, and I did that, and it exploded. Yeah,
that's awesome. Your work and like your progression through your own path really aligned really well with the social media side of it too.
It was very, coincidental. Kismet, I don't know what you want to call it, but it worked out well for me. I've been very pleased.
Yeah, that's awesome. So do you do like commission builds now, or is it just teaching people how to do it and giving plans?
No, so I stopped doing commission builds in 2019. It was too much with our home renovation projects.
Yeah.
My husband was like, "Look, we got to get these things done, and we have our hands in too many pots. We gotta focus." And I was like, "All right, that's true." And those projects were actually doing a lot better on social media for me, the DIY stuff, rather than the furniture builds. And so I put my focus and attention on that and on teaching other people through social media, and I enjoy that a lot more as well.
Yeah.
I enjoy carpentry, and I also got into organization.
Yeah, we can speak about that. That's the name of the show. So
Got into organization as I started doing a lot of closet and pantry makeovers, and people just loved those. I had a background in retail, so I really enjoy folding and making things nice and neat. So my closets look like retail stores, and people seem to love that.
Yeah.
So now I say I'm a DIY woodworking and organization expert. So I try to keep my emphasis in closets and pantries and things like that I can do carpentry work.
Very cool. And it's funny too, like DIY can be a lot of things, and it's like you started with your traditional DIY, and like you teach in a class, a social media based class. It's like you're teaching people how to do like the mechanism which you show them how to do DIY. It's like DIY social media. So it's like, it's funny just how that evolves, and like, who knows where it's going next. You know?
You just kind of take what's coming at you.
Yeah, exactly. And like the questions that people ask, I'm sure that changed too. Like, from how do I build this to, wow, how did you do that audio blend, whatever,
What do you film with?
Exactly.
All the time. It's just an iPhone. It's just an iPhone.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, actually. So, yeah.
A couple iPhones, 3 of them, actually.
Yeah, cool. So how long are you in town for?
I will be here till Sunday, and then I get to enjoy the same little airline and airport on the way home, and hope that I don't get pushed back a couple times
it's been
again.
Crazy lately. We were hearing stories from people, same kind of thing, but that's rough for sure. So,
wild ride.
Any cool plans you have upcoming? Any projects or collaborations or anything you can talk about that you want to let people know about?
I have actually a really big bathroom renovation that I'm right in the middle of in El Paso. So I flew there a few weeks ago, spent a couple weeks working on it, and then we had some product shipment delay issues. So I left for a little while. I had to go on a family vacation, and then I'm here at Haven, and I will be back in El Paso next week to finish that up.
Awesome! Wow, that's that sounds like a lot of planning, a lot of I'm fascinated with how much you guys can do and put on your plate and take on. It's something.
It can be a lot at times.
For sure. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you just got here and you got a lot of stuff to do. So how can our audience find you, and what's the best way to follow along in your journey?
My handle is Build and Create Home on all social media platforms. I'm mainly on TikTok with 1.8 million followers there. Instagram and Facebook, I have over 200,000 on each of those as well, and happy to meet you on any of those platforms.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sitting down with us, Charlie. It's been fun. So I hope you enjoy the conference.
Thanks, Richard.
All right, thanks.
See ya.
Thank you for joining us. Organization Conversation is brought to you by Wall Control, a family-owned and operated producer of best-in-class wall-mounted organizers for your home or business, made right here in the USA. To learn more, go to wallcontrol.com.